Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adrian Talks English. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your way to work, relaxing at home, or maybe making a cup of coffee right now, we are so glad you joined us.
Hey there! Great to be back. And honestly, today's topic is one of my favorites. It's something every English learner needs, and we use it every single day without even thinking about it.
That's right. And I was thinking about this topic just yesterday. I was at the shop, and I had a really simple conversation with the cashier. Just a few sentences, but it felt so natural. And that's exactly what we want for you today.
Yes! Today, we're talking about everyday English conversation. The kind of English you use when you talk to a neighbor, when you order food, when you catch up with a friend. Real, natural, everyday language.
And by the end of this episode, you're going to feel so much more confident using simple English in real situations. You'll have phrases you can start using today, not next week, today.
We love that. And here's a question for you right now. What's one situation in English that makes you nervous? Is it talking on the phone, meeting someone new, ordering at a restaurant? Write it in the comments. We read every single one.
We do. And while you're down there, please give this episode a like and hit that subscribe button on Adrian Talks English. It really helps us keep making content just for you. Okay, are we ready?
We are so ready. Let's dive in and start with the basics of everyday conversation.
All right, so let's start from the very beginning. Everyday English conversation almost always starts the same way, with a greeting. And there's a simple formula here. You greet someone, you ask how they are, and you respond. That's it. Greeting plus question plus response.
Exactly. So let's look at some examples. You could say, "Hey, how are you?" Or, "Hi there, how's it going?" Or maybe, "Good morning, how are you doing today?" All of these are greetings and questions together.
And the responses are easy too. You can say, "I'm good, thanks. How about you?" Or, "Pretty good. And you?" Or even just, "Not bad. You?" Short, simple, natural.
I love those. I use not bad all the time. It sounds very natural. And here's the thing. You don't always need a long answer. Native speakers keep these exchanges short. It's like a little conversational handshake.
Oh, I like that. A conversational handshake. So the structure is really hello plus how are you plus short answer plus return the question. That's your formula for starting any conversation in English.
And it works everywhere. At the office, at school, with your neighbor, with a stranger at a bus stop. Can you try saying one right now? Pause the podcast, say your greeting out loud, and then press play again. Go ahead.
Good job. Now, the negative form is important too. What if you're not doing well? You can say, "I'm not great, to be honest," or "I've been better," or "It's been a tough week." These are polite and real.
Right. And people appreciate honesty. You don't have to say, "I'm great," every time. English speakers sometimes say, "I'm okay," when they mean things are just average. And that's completely fine and normal.
So remember, short, warm, and natural. You don't need perfect grammar to start a great conversation. You just need the basics.
Exactly. So the key takeaway here, start with a greeting, add a quick "how are you?" Give a short, honest answer, and return the question. Simple, effective, real. Let's keep going.
Now that we've got greetings covered, let's talk about keeping a conversation going. Because this is where a lot of learners get stuck, right? You say hello, they say hello back, and then silence. What do you say next?
Oh, I know that feeling. It can be really awkward. But here's the secret. You just need a few conversation starter phrases. And once you have them, you'll never be stuck again.
So imagine you're talking to a colleague at work, or someone at a party, or a neighbor outside. You can use phrases like, "So what have you been up to lately?" Or, "Did you do anything fun this weekend?" Or, "How's work going for you?"
Those are great. And notice, these are open questions. They can't just be answered with yes or no. That's the trick. Ask open questions, and the other person will talk more.
Now, compare that to closed questions. Did you have a good weekend? That can just be yes or no. But what did you do this weekend? That needs a real answer. Much better for conversation.
Right. So in informal situations, open questions keep things flowing. And here's a tip for you. First, ask the question. Second, listen carefully. Third, respond to what they said with something like, "Oh, really? That's cool." Or, "Wow, I didn't know that." It shows you're listening.
Those little responses are so important. "Oh, really? That's interesting. No way. I know what you mean." These are called conversation fillers, and they make you sound so natural.
Okay, here's a little practice. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer out loud. Ready? Here it is. What did you do last weekend? Go ahead. Say your answer out loud right now. We'll wait.
Excellent. See how natural that felt? Now I want you to write that answer in the comments below. Seriously, write it in English and we'll see how creative you all are.
Love it. So the key things to remember here, use open questions, add small response phrases to show you're listening, and don't be afraid of small talk. It's not shallow. It's how real human connections start. Great job, everyone. Let's move to our next section.
Okay, so we've talked about starting a conversation and keeping it going. Now let's talk about ending a conversation politely, because this is something that a lot of people forget to practice, but it's so important.
Yes, because ending a conversation badly can feel really awkward. Have you ever been in the middle of talking to someone and you just didn't know how to say goodbye? It happens to everyone, even native speakers.
So here are some natural ways to end a conversation. You can say, "It was so nice talking to you," or "I've got to run, but let's catch up soon," or "I'll let you go, talk later." These all sound friendly and natural.
And notice something. All of those endings have two parts. First, you acknowledge the conversation positively. Second, you give a reason or a future connection. It was great chatting. Let's do it again soon.
Think about situations where you need this. Maybe you're on the phone with someone and you want to end the call. You could say, "Okay, I'll let you go now. Talk soon." Or, "All right, I should get going. Speak later."
For more formal situations, like ending a business call, you might say, "Thank you so much for your time. I'll follow up by email." Or, "It was a pleasure speaking with you. Have a great day."
So the difference between informal and formal is really the vocabulary. Informal uses words like chat, catch up, talk later. Formal uses pleasure, follow up, appreciate your time.
Let's practice. I'm going to give you a situation and you say the ending out loud. Ready? You've just finished a nice phone call with a friend. How do you say goodbye? Say it now. Perfect. And here's another one. You're ending a conversation with your boss. Try that one. Remember to sound polite and professional. You're doing amazing. Here's the structure to remember. Positive comment plus future connection plus goodbye. That's all you need. Whether it's casual or formal, that formula works every time. Brilliant work. Let's look at some common mistakes.
Okay, mistake time. And honestly, I love this section because we all make mistakes and there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I still make mistakes in conversations sometimes, even after all these years.
Same. So let's look at the first common mistake. A lot of learners say, "How are you?" And when someone responds, they don't answer back. They just say, "I'm fine," and stop. But native speakers always return the question. "I'm good, thanks. And you?"
Yes, that's a really important one. Not returning the question can feel a little cold or uninterested. So always add "and you" or "how about you" at the end. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference.
Mistake number 2, using good morning or good evening in casual situations. These are not wrong, but they can sound very formal with friends. Your friend doesn't want "good evening, how do you do?" They want "Hey, how's it going?"
That's funny because I actually did that once at a barbecue. I said, "Good afternoon" to my friend's brother, and everyone laughed. Lesson learned.
Mistake number 3, responding to "how are you" with a very long, detailed answer. If someone asks casually, they usually just want a short answer, saying, "Well, actually, I haven't been sleeping well and my back hurts and I had a difficult meeting." That's too much for a casual greeting.
Keep it short and sweet. I'm good, thanks is always safe.
Save the longer stories for when someone is genuinely asking for details.
Mistake number 4, forgetting small response phrases during conversation. Silence when someone talks can feel uncomfortable. Practice saying, right, I see, oh wow, totally, exactly. These keep the conversation warm and connected.
And remember, making mistakes is how you get better. Every mistake is just a lesson. Be kind to yourself, keep practicing, and you will improve. We promise.
Absolutely. So to recap, return the question, match your formality to the situation, keep your how are you answer short, and use response phrases to stay engaged. You've got this.
All right, it's practice time. This is one of my favorite parts. I'm going to give you 2 sentences, and you choose the better one for the situation. Ready?
Let's go.
Situation 1. You see your neighbor in the hallway. Option A, good day to you, neighbor. How do you fare? Option B, hey, how's it going? Which one sounds more natural?
Option B, of course. Hey, how's it going is warm and natural. Option A sounds like something from a history book.
Situation 2. You're finishing a business call. Option A, okay, bye, talk later. Option B, thank you for your time. I'll be in touch. Which one is better here?
Option B for sure. In a business context, you want to sound professional. I'll be in touch is polished and appropriate.
Situation 3. Someone casually asks, how are you, at the office? Option A, I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself? Option B, a 5-minute explanation about your difficult morning. Which is better?
Definitely option A. Short, warm, polite. Option B is a lot for a casual corridor greeting.
Great job! Now here's your challenge. Create your own short dialogue using what you've learned today. A greeting, 1 or 2 exchanges, and a goodbye. Write it in the comments. We want to see your creativity.
And don't worry about being perfect. The goal is real conversation, not perfect grammar. Trying is always better than not trying. Always.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Can you believe how much we covered? I'm so proud of everyone listening because you are putting in the work, and that is everything.
We covered 3 main things today. Number 1, how to start a conversation with natural greetings. Number 2, how to keep a conversation going with open questions and response phrases. Number 3, how to end a conversation politely in both casual and formal situations.
These are skills you can use starting today. Literally today. The next time you talk to someone in English, try one of the phrases we practiced. Even just one. You'll be amazed at how much more confident you feel.
Here's a question to think about. Which part of conversation do you find the hardest? Is it starting, continuing, or ending? Let us know in the comments. We really do love hearing from you.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a like, share it with a friend who's learning English, and subscribe to Adrian Talks English so you never miss an episode. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep creating free content for learners everywhere.
You are doing something really brave by learning a new language. It takes courage, it takes patience, and it takes practice. And we are here every step of the way, cheering you on. You've got a whole community behind you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, keep being brave, and we'll see you next time.